Anyone can live below their means so that they can be in a position whereby they have extra money to save for emergencies, extra money to save for investing, extra money to save to create a second source of income. But most of us, we are not willing to do that. Instead, we make excuses that we are not earning enough. But we are earning enough to live below our means. The problem is that we put a lot of unnecessary expenses on this one income. We do not prioritize. We do not only focus on the basic needs until we have stabilized ourselves financially, so that once we have stabilized ourselves, we can create wealth, and then now we can spend on these luxuries without even worrying about being broke. Most of us make excuses, but if you look at where we come from, you would see that we actually can live below our means, and we have been living our means since forever. Most of us, we were raised by domestic workers. A whole family of about 5 members depended only on one income from a domestic work. It put us through school, bought us clothes, provided shelter for us, we had a roof on top of our heads, we went to bed on full stomach every single day. One income from a domestic work put a family of up to 5 members to school. We were never even aware that we are lacking, because we didn't have time for luxuries. We didn't focus on luxuries. We only focused on the things that we needed. Some of us, we depended on our grandmother's pension money. They could even pay for our school trips. Grandmothers, they would pay for our school trips with their pension money, and they would give us pocket money, and they would buy us food to go and enjoy on our trips on pension money. Yet us today, who earn 10 times that, 15 times, 20 times that, we claim we can't live below our means. Why are we making these excuses? Why is it that we have made it this far only to throw away this opportunity? Our parents made a lot of sacrifices. They live below our means so that we can have these opportunities that we have today of creating wealth and passing it on to the next generation. But we are busy wasting it on fun, on luxury, things that we can put on hold until later stage, until we have stabilized ourselves, until we are rich, until we have multiple streams of income. We are not willing to wait. We are not willing to be patient. We are not willing to be disciplined. Some of us, we don't know breakfast. We don't know what cereals, this old stuff, bacon and eggs. We don't know those things. We never grew up with those things. We only knew lunch and dinner. We ate twice a day, lunch and dinner. Then we were doing perfectly fine. Here we are today, graduates, doctors, nurses, all these professions. We earning at least 10 times than our mothers earned as domestic workers. But we are struggling more than our parents were struggling. We are struggling more than our grandparents were struggling. Yet we earn 10 times, minimum 10 times more than they earned. When you were unemployed, you live below your means. Matter of fact, you didn't have the means, you depended on other people. Maybe sometimes you had piece jobs. Once you got paid, you only use that money on important things, because then your survival instinct kicked in. You were only about survival. When we were at varsity, we live below our means. The food that we eat, the combinations of food that we eat, noodles, all this basic stuff just to get us by, and graduate, get our qualification. Today, here we are, we have the greatest opportunities ever to cement ourselves financially. But we are not willing to do that. We claim we are not earning enough. Why are we lying to ourselves? Excuses, excuses, excuses.
I don't care how much money you earn. If you don't live below your means, it will never be enough.
Is it truly that we cannot live below our means, or we are just impatient? We have subscribed to these fake lifestyles whereby we want to look successful in public. We are competing with one another. Like when you walk on the street, you want to look better than people, must clap for you, people must wow you, and all this other stuff. It's useless to work from poverty to getting these opportunities that we have today, only to lose it all and end up back in poverty. Most of us will end up back in poverty. Our children will be born, grow up, go to school, and all this stuff, and come back and build us homes. Just like we did with our parents. We're repeating the same thing. Every generation, we're repeating the same thing. You are earning more than enough to get yourself out of poverty. It's not enough for luxuries, but it's enough to get yourself out of poverty, to get you financially stable, and to get you rich, to create wealth and pass it on to the next generation. Your salary may not be enough for luxuries, but it's enough for you to stabilize yourself financially, to get rich, create wealth, pass it on to the next generation. Only if you are willing to live below your means. If you are not willing to live below your means, then your income will never be enough. You'll always be short.
Millionaires live below their means. Billionaires live below their means. You should do the same. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If your expenses are equal to that amount of money, you will always be broke. If you earn $1 million a month, your expenses are $1 million a month, you'll be left with nothing. You have to live below your means, or you will always be broke.